So I was told by Pearl not to go ahead and open the Mimic Pro. As many of you know and experienced, I just received this dreaded message on my system the other day saying that I need to send this unit back to Pearl. Alright, so if you go to settings and you just unlock and you go to system, then over there you will see contact Pearl support to replace SSD. I don't know if this is the same with you, but I cannot send this unit back. I don't have time to do that. I'm going to be relocating, many other factors, but bottom line is I'm going to open this thing up myself. I'm going to find this SSD, which by the way is a M-SATA SSD drive, 120 gig. So I went and purchased a enclosure, M-SATA enclosure, and I bought a Kingston, what is this? I bought the Kingston SSD Now series solid state drive, but I bought the 240 gig one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this unit and I'm going to take out the SSD that's in there, and I'm going to attempt to make a exact clone of that SSD. Now there are many programs out there that you can use, I think, but after some research and I was able to find the right software. I was able to see what SSD is in this thing, because Pearl does not really disclose this information, but I do understand. I mean, this is a very expensive unit, and what I am attempting is risky, and just know that if you want to attempt to do this, your warranty will be voided. So I don't have the luxury of sending this thing back, therefore I'm going to do it myself. So what I'm going to do now is open it up and let's get that SSD drive out. Let's go. I will now remove all the screws from here, and I will remove the screws from here, and also I should remove the screws from here as well. All right. Okay, so I was able to remove the back cover of the Mimic Pro, and I found the hard drive, which sits right in that area over here. So now with everything removed, I'm going to take this M-SATA, it's a M-SATA hard drive, SSD hard drive. I'm going to put it into the little enclosure that I bought for this. And from what I know is that the operating system on the Mimic Pro is a Linux based operating system. So I don't think it'll be too hard to just clone this whole disk or make an image of this disk and just restore the image onto my new disk. I'm going to replace this one, the faulty one, with a Kingston 240 gigabyte mSATA drive. The disk partition system is an MBR partition system, and basically all you got to do is just make an exact clone of that. So now that we have all of that information, I will jump on the computer and see whether I can get this done. If for some reason I cannot get this done, then I'm gonna have to take it into a person that is more specialized in these kind of stuff. I am by no means a professional. I have never opened up a unit like this before. I am a complete noob at this, but I do love to research and I do love to experiment. I have inserted the Kingston drive, and now all I'm going to do is just recall this backup, or just burn this backup onto this drive. So that's it. This is my backup that I made. It shows here all the different, let me just, oh, there it is. Okay, it shows everything that's on the old disk, and then also where it would go to on the new disk. As you can see, this is a 240 gigabyte Kingston drive. So here we go. I'm going to restore. You're about to start the restore process. All original volumes will be restored from the backup, while other existing volumes will be left intact. So just go yes. And there we go. I will just come back to this as soon as it's done. All right, so what I've done is I had a bit of an issue with my mSATA enclosure, so I had to order a new one, and the enclosure came, and I have restored the Mimic Pro's data onto the Kingston. So if you look here, I'm just going to go here. This is, by the way, this is Paragon Hard Disk Manager. If you go to I'm just going to cancel this restore. Yes, there's four partitions. On the fourth one, that's where everything lies, all the sounds, I think the libraries and everything. And then there's 104 gigs unallocated space. So what it's done basically is just take a complete restore of the drive, and whatever was left, it just allocated it as unallocated space. So there's four partitions. It's four Linux partitions, as you can see. That LI means Linux. Oh, there you can see it. Linux extension 4. So I'm a little bit excited about this. I'm going to go put this back into the Mimic Pro and see if this baby starts up. Let's go. So yeah, so that's done. Oh yeah, another thing about this, I did upgrade to the 240, and we are about to see whether this is going to work or not. I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm hoping that when I put this thing back in, this thing will just, the Mimic will just recognize it as the previous disk, which I think is the purpose of these backup and restore software. So it takes a total of about 15.5 gig of space on this 120 gig mSATA SSD. So I don't really think that it's necessary to upgrade to a 240 unless you import a ton of one-shot samples or sounds or whatever, but I don't think that's really necessary. So if you get yourself a 120 gig Kingston or Samsung Evo drives, very good drives, but I just got myself the Kingston 240 gig. So let's see if this is gonna work. I'm gonna put it in, put the whole thing back together, and once that is done, I'll head on over to my drum kit, switch this thing on, and let's see if this actually works. Right, here we go. All right, so oops, I went ahead and I just connected everything. I closed it up again. Please just be careful when you tighten these things. Just make sure that you take very good care of how you put your unit back together. It is important that you just make sure all the screws are nice and tight, but not too tight, so that you can strip them. Okay, moment of truth. I hope this thing goes on. I hope it works. I hope that we will have luck here. Uh, I have gone through quite a bit, but I have to admit before I put it on that it was not hard to do at all. The unit opens up very easy. It's really easy to remove the SSD card, and if you use the right software, it's very simple, very easy to do a backup, to do a clone, and to restore it back onto your new SSD hard drive. Okay, moment of truth. Let's switch this baby on, see if it works. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, it works. It works. Let me just switch kits. Okay, kits. I don't know if you can see that. Everything works perfectly. Let's go to settings, and then let's go to system, and that message is gone. So I have successfully replaced the SSD on the Mimic Pro, and it works fine. So this video is for everybody out there that that cannot send their unit back. Just as a disclaimer, please guys, when you do open up your unit, you will probably get your warranty void. But as I've said earlier, there's no stickers, there's no warranty void sticker or seal or anything on this unit, and everything went fine. Please leave a comment below, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to just leave a comment, and I'll reply to whatever questions you have. Cool. Cheers.